Hello everyone! So after getting platinum for the assault rifles in Modern Warfare, the next primaries I decided to platinum were the sniper rifles and the marksman rifles. Less than 2 weeks later, I did just that, and I wanted to make this video to give some tips and help to those of you going for platinum snipers, as well as giving some personal thoughts on how I found the experience of unlocking platinum for snipers. For those of you who just want to skip to certain sections of the video, there's going to be timestamps in the description below for you to do just that. The sniper rifles and marksman rifles are all weapons with a one-shot kill potential. Nearly all sniper and marksman rifles will one-shot if you hit an upper torso shot, the exception being the EBR-14, which you have to hit a headshot with to get a one-shot kill. You've probably noticed by now that I keep referring to both the sniper rifles and marksman rifles, and this is because in order to get platinum, you have to get gold for all the weapons, not just in one category, but in both the sniper and marksman rifles. The difference between the two classes is quite noticeable. The sniper rifles are heavier, take longer to aim down sights, and have a lot more flinch, but they are easier to get one-shots with, as you can get a one-shot kill if you hit them in the head, the chest, or the stomach. As well as that, they also have a much better damage range than the marksman rifles. The marksman rifles are lighter and aim down sights quicker, however they are more difficult to get a one-shot kill with, as you must hit them in the head or the chest. If you hit them in the stomach, it will be a hit mark, unlike the sniper rifles. Due to these factors, the sniper rifles typically specialise in long range combat, and the marksman rifles typically specialise in mid range combat. As for each particular gun, starting with the marksman rifles, the EBR-14 is a semi-automatic rifle. It is the only marksman rifle or sniper rifle that does not have a one-shot kill capability to the chest, so you must hit a headshot in order to get a one-shot kill with this weapon in normal core modes. It has a base ammo capacity of 10 rounds, which would be high, but considering it's mainly a 2-shot kill weapon, it's fairly average. However, if you use this gun in hardcore, it will always be a one-shot kill unless you're shooting through some form of cover, and in this case, the ammo capacity is pretty decent if you're not just spamming shots. The Mark II carbine is a lever action rifle. It can one-shot if you hit a headshot or a chest shot, and it's got a base ammo capacity of 6 rounds, which is fairly standard for snipers. However, it does not have a mag, so you must load each bullet in one by one. It's got the quickest ADS out of all the snipers you have to do for Damascus, and if you can hit chest shots consistently, this thing is by far the best sniper in multiplayer. The Kar98K is a German Mauser bolt-action rifle. Like the Mark II, it is a one-shot kill to the head and the chest, and it has a base ammo capacity of 5 rounds, which is standard for snipers. If you are using a sniper scope optic, the Kar98 loads each bullet individually like the Mark II, however if you are not using a sniper scope optic, the Kar98 loads bullets with a stripper clip that loads all the remaining bullets at once. Moving on to the sniper rifles, the Dragunov is a semi-automatic rifle. It is a one-shot kill to the head and the chest, however unlike the rest of the sniper rifles, it is not a one-shot to the stomach, so you have to be more accurate and careful where you place your shots with the Dragunov compared to the other sniper rifles. It has a base ammo capacity of 10 rounds, which is pretty good for snipers. The HDR is a bolt-action sniper rifle that has the highest bullet velocity out of all the snipers, but the slowest aim down sight speed and fire rate out of all the snipers that you have to do for Damascus. It is a one-shot in the head, the chest and the stomach, and it has a base ammo capacity of 5 bullets, which is standard for snipers. The AX50 is a bolt-action sniper rifle with an aim down sight speed and fire rate that is much quicker than the HDR. It is a one-shot to the head, chest and stomach, and it has a base ammo capacity of 5, which is standard for snipers. The AX50 is also the only sniper rifle that has a rear grip attachment, allowing you to make your ADS quicker. It is also the only sniper rifle that doesn't blacken the outside of your screen when you aim down sights with the default scope, allowing you to be more aware of your peripheral. All of these factors combined easily make the AX50 the best sniper rifle for quick scoping and playing aggressive. Do keep in mind that the crossbow, the SKS, the SBR-208 and the Rytec AMR are all not necessary to gold in order to get platinum for marksman and sniper rifles, as they are all DLC weapons. As for the best order to do snipers, I'd definitely recommend doing the sniper rifles first to get them out of the way, starting with the Dragunov, then the HDR, then the AX50, and then move on to the marksman rifles, which you'll typically do better with, starting with the EBR, then the Kar98, and finally finish with the Mark II, which I personally found to be the most enjoyable. The loadout you're going to want to run while going for platinum snipers is for your primary, use the sniper you're on obviously. For your secondary, I generally recommend using a handgun for very close range combat and for switching to so you can move faster on the map. However, if you haven't unlocked platinum on launchers yet, I definitely recommend using one to shoot down kill streaks passively. For perks, for perk 1 I run cold blooded so I don't have to worry about enemy kill streaks shooting at me, but quick fix is also a very good perk so your health replenishes as soon as you get a kill. For perk 2, use high alert so you know when an enemy is looking at you when you're aimed down your scope and you can't see your peripheral. And for perk 3, run battle hardened so stuns and flashes don't impact you as much. However, if you're playing on a bigger map, it wouldn't be a bad idea to run amped as your perk 3 so you can quickly switch to and from your secondary when you're using it to move around the map. For your tactical, stim is best so you can replenish your health, and for your lethal, use a thermite or a molotov so you can deny areas that are out of your sight. Moving on to the best attachments for your snipers, I like to have 2 different attachment builds for each sniper. One for as quick ADS as possible. This is what I'd be using the majority of the time for playing aggressive and doing a run and gun playstyle. And then one for bullet velocity. This is when I want to be as accurate as possible with my shots at longer ranges while still keeping an okay ADS speed. I'm going to throw up some attachment combos for each of the snipers with both builds now. I'd recommend saving these 2 different builds as custom mods so you can quickly switch them in game, and you'll be able to keep any reticles or camos you put on when switching them in game. Before I get into the different camo challenges, firstly you're going to want to level up your sniper. There's not a lot of attachments for the sniper rifles, so the max level of them is generally in the high 30s, which is very low for a primary. However, the marksman rifles take a bit longer to level up, having a max level in the low 50s. Because the max levels of the sniper rifles and the marksman rifles are both pretty low, I wouldn't recommend using double weapon XP tokens on them unless you have an abundance of double weapon XP tokens or you find snipers hard to use. Since snipers are a one-shot kill the majority of the time, you should mainly be playing in core modes, because if you go into hardcore modes, you're giving other players the power of being able to one-shot you with weapons that ADS much quicker and have a much faster fire rate. So you should nearly always be playing in normal core unless you're using the EBR-14, which isn't a one-shot to the chest. And as I'm scripting this video, Shipment 24/7 is out, which is what you should be playing if you want to get the most amount of kills. Moving on to the camo challenges, the first camo challenge is spray paint. This is just getting 450 kills, which is pretty easy, and you're going to do this camo challenge passively while focusing on the other camo challenges. For Woodland, this is getting 60 headshot kills, and you're going to get a lot of headshots without even meaning to, so you're going to also do this camo challenge passively. However, if you're stuck on this camo challenge and you need to actively try and focus to get headshots, if the shoot the ship playlist is out while you're watching this, I'd recommend going into the middle of shoot house and hard scoping the other end. The only part of the enemy that will appear is the head and a tiny bit of their chest, so you're mainly going to hit headshots quite easily. However, if shoot the ship isn't out when you're watching this, I'd recommend flanking behind enemies so you can have those few extra seconds when they can't see you to line up that easy headshot. Next is digital, and this is 50 crouching kills, and this one is really annoying because you're way slower when you crouch. For this one, I'd recommend to focus on it early so you don't have to worry about it later, and just crouch as much as possible when you're holding an area, pushing people, or if you see someone that's AFK or who can't see you, take that extra moment to consciously crouch before getting the free kill. Dragon is getting 50 one-shot kills, which you're not going to have to focus on at all because the vast majority of kills you get with snipers will be a one-shot kill. Splinter is getting 150 kills with all attachments, and this is yet another camo challenge that you're going to do passively because you should nearly always have all 5 attachments on your sniper while getting kills. For Topo and Tiger, this is getting 50 long shot and 50 mounted kills respectively. I put these two together because you should be doing both of them at the same time. The shoot the ship playlist is out while you're watching this, mount up on the head glitch in the middle of shoot house, and when you kill an enemy that's on the other side, it will always be a long shot and a mounted kill. However, if shoot the ship isn't out when you're watching this, I'd recommend going into ground war and equipping the deployable cover field upgrade and put on tune up as your third perk so you can quickly get that deployable cover and mount wherever you want. Find a spot where you can get long range kill and just sort of camp it. Also, these are the camo challenges where you're going to want to run the long ranged accuracy build that I mentioned earlier because that max bullet velocity and damage range is really going to help for those longer range kills. However, if you're getting long shot kills on shoot the ship, I wouldn't recommend using any barrel attachment because it's not a very long distance and the extra bullet velocity isn't going to be very noticeable, so the penalty to your ADS speed isn't worth it. And instead, I'd put on a stippled grip tape to make your ADS quicker. For stripes, you have to get 25 double kills, and this is a camo you're going to get done passively and pretty quickly. You don't have to focus on this one because if you get a kill and then a few seconds later get another kill, it's going to count as a double kill, so it's pretty easy. For Reptile, this is getting 75 no attachment kills, and this is by far the worst and most frustrating camo challenge, mainly for the sniper rifles. For the maximum rifles, it's not too bad, but you're going to go back to having a very bad ADS speed with the sniper rifles, so for this camo challenge, you're just going to have to grind your teeth and get through it. A tip I'd have for sniper rifles in particular is to half scope a lot to get kills, and if you don't know what half scoping is, it's when you aim down sights and midway through you shoot instead of fully waiting to ADS to shoot. This is going to save you a lot of pain and frustrating deaths from getting killed before you've even fully aimed down sights while going for no attachment kills. Finally, for skulls, you must get 25 3 kill streaks. For this one, just play a bit more passively than you usually play, particularly when you're on that second kill, and make sure to pay attention to the bottom text after you get a kill or the indicators for your kill streaks to know how much of a kill streak you're on. As for my personal thoughts on getting platinum on snipers, I found them to be really fun to use. It was a very unique playstyle compared to what I was used to playing with the previous guns on Platinum. Having the power to one-shot an enemy at any range was really enjoyable and was very rewarding once you got the hang of it. I found the sniper rifles to be slower than the marksman rifles all around, however they were much more satisfying to get kills with, and the one-shots I got with them were a lot more consistent than the marksman rifles. However, one thing that I really don't like about the sniper rifles was how much flinch they had with the default scope. It wasn't a big problem the majority of the time because I was mainly using a VLK 3x optic for better ADS, but for the no attachment kills, the default scope paired with the naturally horrible ADS speed for sniper rifles didn't make for a very fun experience to say the least. I found the marksman rifles to have a significantly better ADS and just be more lightweight in general than the sniper rifles. However, the lack of consistency was certainly noticeable with them. I got way more hit markers with the marksman rifles than the sniper rifles, and it got quite frustrating at times. As for my opinion on each sniper, the Kar98 was the very first gun I golded way back in January, and since then I've even gotten obsidian for it as well. This and the M13 are my babies. I've loved this gun ever since I started getting into COD around October of last year. It's got a very fast ADS speed, and I think it's a very nice looking gun. It's also versatile as hell. You can build this thing to make it a quick scoping machine or an accurate long range sniper, and it's one of the very few modern warfare guns that's top tier in Warzone. Love this gun. I started properly going for snipers with the Dragunov, and I really wasn't looking forward to using this gun because I'd barely touched it beforehand, and the Dragunov doesn't have a very respected reputation in the COD community to say the least, but it actually wasn't that bad. The ADS was alright with the right attachment, and its one shot is pretty consistent. Although, as the case was with all of the sniper rifles, the no attachment kills were not fun, especially with the Dragunov's default scope where it blacks out the sides, making me feel really vulnerable. Overall, by no means an amazing gun, but it's more usable than I thought in multiplayer. I moved on to the HDR next, and I adore this gun in Warzone because you can build it to basically be hit scan, and it's super satisfying to hit headshots with, but it's just not it in multiplayer. Its ADS and re-chamber speed are both horribly slow, and like the Dragunov, its default scope didn't do it any favours, making it quite torturous at times. Although I will say it was by far the most consistent sniper. I could count the amount of hit markers I got with the HDR on one hand. To finish out sniper rifles, I used the AX50, and this gun was such a breath of fresh air after using the other slow sniper rifles. You can make this gun much faster than the other sniper rifles, and it's so satisfying hitting quick scopes with it. It's also the only sniper rifle you have to do for Damascus that has clear peripheral with the default scope, which was lovely to have. However, the no attachment kills were bad with this gun. It's horrible with all the sniper rifles, but there's something particularly painful with the AX50 going from a really fast ADS to an insanely slow ADS. Moving on to the marksman rifles, next was the EBR, and this gun isn't a one shot to the chest, and it's okay in core, but I had to go into hardcore to make it actually decent. I enjoyed it a lot, and due to its insane one shot damage range in hardcore, it's one of the only guns in the game where you can get away with using the lightweight suppressor, which I found interesting. I wish I had a bit quicker ADS and was a bit spammier though, because for a marksman rifle the ADS on this thing was a bit slow. Finished off with the Mark II carbine, and I definitely saved the best for last with this gun. This gun is without a doubt my favourite gun that I've discovered while going for Damascus. The ADS feels almost instant with the right attachments, it's got a very fast fire rate for a gun that's not semi-auto, and although you can get a lot of hit markers with it, once I got used to aiming to the chest, I shredded with this thing. I was really happy to discover how good it was, because the main reason I decided to go for Damascus was to broaden my weapon arsenal and find new guns to use, and so far I found some guns that I enjoyed using, but with this gun, not only do I enjoy using it, but I can see it becoming one of my signature guns to use in multiplayer after I've gotten Damascus. If I were to rank the snipers in order from worst to best, it would go HDR right down at the bottom, then the Dragunov, the EBR, and then the top 3 would be the AX50, Kar98, and right on top is the one and only Mark II. So yeah, the snipers have been platinumed. They are very fun and unique classes to do, and in my opinion the sniper rifles are one of the nicest looking weapon classes with the gold and platinum camos. There's not one sniper rifle that doesn't look good with either of those camos, and I just think in general sniper rifles are one of the most consistently nice looking weapon classes. As I'm scripting this video, I've platinumed LMGs and I'm currently on shotguns, so expect a video on platinum LMGs coming very soon. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave it a like, and if you didn't, please leave it a dislike and tell me why in the comments below. And if you've gotten or are trying to get platinum on snipers, how do you find the experience? I'll be interested to know in the comments down below. and if there's anything else you want to know about Platinum Snipers, just ask in the comments below and I'll be happy to help. Anyway, that's it from me. Again, thank you so much for watching this video and take care of yourselves.